Okay, Darwin's Game. Darwin's Game has a few unique menaces, like a lot of anime I've watched. But the one we're talking about today, I was glazing while watching the show, bro. Like, I'm not even lying. And her name is Shuka. Now, she showed up in the first episode, but we didn't really see how bad she really was until halfway in. So she was chatting it up with the main character, spitting W Riz. I'm so sorry, that was really cringe. Let me redo that, bro. So she was chatting it up with the main character, and she got him to meet her in the warehouse at nighttime. As a main character, I would personally not put myself in that scenario, but this one does because he doesn't care. So bro walks in there, and instead of saying something and being right in the middle of the warehouse, she's swinging across the rafters like she's lost her mind. Who's she feeling like? Spider-Man? Like, damn. So the main character, Kaname, met up with this girl because he didn't know how this game works and he was looking for an ally. Something I would do, but anyways. She says, alright man, listen, I'm gonna give you one question. I'll answer that free, no conditions. Go ahead, ask anything you want. And bro says, how do you quit the game? Because I really don't want to play this. I didn't know what I was getting into. And you know what she says? She says, man, like I already told you, bro, there ain't no function to let you quit. But I mean, if you want to really quit, like if you really want to, I mean, you could always die. Y'all might be asking, what is this game that they're playing? It's a death game, bro. That's all I need to tell you. It's a death game. But she's already threatening the main character's life, and bro just met her not even 2 minutes ago. But she does more. She tells bro, if you really want to live, you have to kill people. Kill them and you survive. That's how you win. He says, I don't want to kill people. Is there any way I can even stay safe? And she says, no, buddy. I only gave you one question. I can't give you any more answers until I can trust you. So she asks him, what's your power? Bro's like, power? What are you even talking about? The more bro talks, the less she trusts him. And eventually she says, alright bro, I'm done talking to you. I'm not gonna trust you if you don't even know what your own power is. And bro sees her eyes start glowing. He says, nah, I don't want the smoke. You can at least trust me on that. I don't want the smoke. And she says, alright then, what's in your backpack? If you don't got a weapon in there, I'll let you off. Bro's like, okay, I don't have a gun or anything like that, but I maybe have a self-defense weapon. She's like, damn, I guess that's it. I guess I gotta kill you after all. And she starts a death duel with this man. Yes, she's crashing out over a taser. I would say she was trying to make it quick, but no, she was dead-ass toying with this man. There's no way she couldn't have killed him any faster. But the main character somehow comes through with his plot armor, takes the girl down and puts a gun in her face. Ugh. She said, alright man, you win. But she does something else that got me thinking, what the hell is wrong with this girl? So the main character passes out, probably from stress and blood loss. And when he wakes up, he sees the same girl from last night on his meat. I'm not even joking, on his meat. Yes, on his meat right now. And she's naked, while he has barely any clothes on but his pants. If I was him, I would act up too. What the hell's going on? And then she's gonna wake up and say, hey, make a family with me. Like, you know what you were doing. Like, if y'all couldn't tell, not only is she a psychopath that loves killing people just to say that she can survive, she also fell in love with the main character because she's never had a dude do her like that. I mean, that's a good and bad thing, but whatever. But there's one incident in particular that got me to say, this girl deserves an award. And this happens almost all the way at the end of the series. So let's skip a few episodes. So let me give you some context. The main character just powered up. He's trying to get an allegiance with this one group. And while he's fighting the dude, there is a lady that appears out of nowhere. So when I see this lady walk forward, not even do anything, and I see both of these dudes get killed in an instant, I already knew something was up. And here's the kicker, her aura alone caused these dudes to think that she killed them. And you know the funny thing about this lady? She's played the same death game that they're playing. She's beat the death game, became a part of the higher ups. And you know what? The thing that she just did, she was doing before she even played the game in the first place, bro. She's the #1 ranked player. She kidnapped the main character in front of his team. And when they were talking about it, right? They met with Shuka and said, I'm so sorry. Bro, when we looked at her, we passed out, bro. I'm not even joking. The spiritual pressure was too high. We passed out. And I can't even blame them. They tried their best. But when you're facing a menace like that, I didn't even know how they were gonna beat her. But they had a plan. So, the main character's tied up in the back of a luxury vehicle with his girl. She's from a line of assassins that are so powerful, they've been running history for over 2,000 years. She says, main character, I know you see it. You are meant for war, and not just any war, extreme war. I kid you not. She says, actually, my family's been thinking about welcoming a new heir. I mean, we can't afford to let the family skills die out on my generation. So, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be against burying your child. Mind, she said this to a 16-year-old boy. Not gonna lie, I would fold. But he didn't. He didn't fold. He didn't fold. His team is on their ass right now, boy. Because they planted a tracker on bro. Bro, she takes his phone. Says, damn, I guess a lot of people were calling you, huh? Shalon says, you know what? Let's give her a call. I'll let you talk to her. Go ahead. And I kid you not, knowing how powerful this girl is, bro looks Shalon dead in her eyes while his team is on the phone. And he says, I don't give a crash this car. I'll deal with the rest somehow. Even Shalon didn't know what to say, but that kind of turned her on a little bit. So I'm kind of getting mixed feelings about this. Bro says, I know that you're cold, but I give you this. If you can manage to stop my team without killing a single member, then I'll do whatever you want. But if they get me first, you lose. And she says, all right, I'm game. This girl, Rain, hops out the roof with an actual sniper rifle and tries to take the wheels out. But luckily, their tires are bulletproof. So she said that's not gonna work. Bro says that's fine, they slowing down, we can catch them in no time. But Shuka says nah, there's no need. I got this. Shalon opens the back door while they're driving, hops out, and Shuka starts threatening this lady's life. But Shalon knows how to trash talk. She said, is that why your man wants me? And Shuka said, I'm done with this bitch. But Shalon uses the same attack she did earlier, her energy sword. But she said, nah, I ain't done with you yet. She starts giving her everything she got too, bro. She doing spins for no reason. There's no reason for this. She doing spins for the love of the game. I've never seen her fight this hard a single time in the show. And she's killed plenty of people. And she says, at your age, you're not afraid to die? I kid you not. Shuka says, if I didn't want to die, I shouldn't have been born, right? Bro, and they continue throwing hands. I can't even lie. Shuka says that weapon's in my way. Get out my face. She says, I got her. As soon as her hand goes past her eyes, Shalon's already on her ass. They managed to get in front of her car. Shalon says, I gotta get to them as soon as I can. And Shuka says, no you don't. Shalon thought she was slick. She put a weapon in their tire, causing them to slow down. But the main character rolls down his window and says, nah, we good. Shuka says, nah, I already know what time he on. And she jumps forward. Kaname throws the bottles. She catches it with her chains. And they manage to do a counterattack that blew out Shalon's tire. And after they crash, Shuka asks the main character the most obvious question she should have. That woman didn't molest you, right? It's a weird question, but giving everything that just happened is very justifiable. But there's one more moment that solidifies Shuka's menace status. So there's a particular gang that the main character don't like. It's called 8th. And the leader of 8th is Wong, this man right here. Bro is so devious that I'm not even gonna spoil it. I'll let y'all see for yourselves. But just know, he does not discriminate. He don't care. But they finally have a showdown. And Shuka says, I got something for him. Wong describes exactly what he wants to do to both Shuka and Kaname. And I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even want to say it because it's just that nasty. And Shuka tells him that to his face. When Wong charges this girl, he slices up her chains. Yes, slices her chains. And Wong's really feeling himself now, but Shuka seems very calm. She's like, what was that? I didn't quite hear you. As a matter of fact, bro, who are you talking to? And Wong falls on the floor. When Wong looks up, his left foot is gone. Wong is screaming in agony because his foot got cut off. But Shuka is eating this up. She says, did you accidentally cut your foot off? Wong is so mad that he teleports behind this girl. And when he's starting to feel like Sukuna, his hand flies off. And Shuka says, oh my, now you went and chopped your arm off, man. You ready to lose the rest of your limbs? And while bro is looking her in her eyes, pissed, a drop of blood falls on his face. When he looks up, he sees that there are wires surrounding this man. Shuka's like, oh, you noticed? Yeah, I placed up a bunch of wires in the warehouse earlier. So it really was you slicing off your own limbs. He doesn't believe that that managed to cut through bone. And Shuka says, you're half right. And she strings him up. But Wong wasn't yet finished. He decides to switch places with her, hit her with a substitution jutsu. Like bro really thought she wouldn't see that coming? Like are you dumb? Like you do the same thing every fight. She said, bro, you're the king of Shibuya, right? You're just a fool who played being a king. I'll gladly take over all your territory. All of Shibuya, your majesty. Wong didn't want to die. He was doing anything he could to get away from this girl. But she was really on that walk him down method. But if that didn't tell y'all that she's a menace, I honestly don't know what will. She kills not only to survive, but because she enjoys it, because it's fun. And that's because Shuka is absolutely a menace to society.